What's good, people? It is Tony the Savant. And before we get started, please like the video, share the video, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel. As well, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel as I drop content daily, go live daily, stay very busy on the platform. And last but not least, please leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section, as I'm always intrigued to know what you all have to say about these topics. Ladies and gentlemen, the recent Canelo Alvarez and Edgar Berlanga fight really deflated my interest in boxing. I can't hold y'all. It's just been one thing after the other when it comes to boxing. And it's gotten to the point now, ladies and gentlemen, even as a lifelong boxing fan, a third generation boxing fan, as far back as I can remember, my granddad, my dad both loved boxing, and I kind of picked up that passion as well. But modern day boxing, man, is something to be studied in a college course, because what's going on now is utter buffoonery to the highest order. And it was one thing, all right, when Ryan Garcia a couple months ago, was it a couple months ago now? It don't feel like it, but a couple weeks ago, we'll just label it that. When Ryan Garcia was running around the net talking real crazy about everybody. Man, some of his rhetoric I agree with, some of his rhetoric I do not. But the point of the matter is that Ryan Garcia is walking around here scathe free, consequence free. After some of the things he said, I don't think that should be the case. You know what I mean? Not promoting violence or anything, but at least somebody should have confronted Ryan via, online or, in an interview or something. Somebody should have said something to Ryan and be like, hey, bro, you're right. Your word choice isn't cool. And I'm not a person that, thinks that people should be censored or anything like that. I just do think that there's a decorum that comes with these words that we choose, to communicate with. And so the stuff that Ryan was saying was just so beyond me. To be honest, y'all, I don't understand how this man is literally still, just walking around carefree. Somebody should have said something to Ryan about the stuff that he was saying. But let's just fast forward to now. Now we're getting it from Teofimo Lopez. And if y'all don't know about Teofimo, man, this is a very interesting character in the boxing world, as Teofimo Lopez has enough name recognition to be known in the boxing world. But as far as casual boxing fans, I can't get one person to tell me who he has fought. Who he has fought. And nobody can name, any significant, Teofimo fights that just, made him stand still and actually watch him. Now, if you don't know, Teofimo has fought a few, nice boxers. The fight I was introduced to Teofimo on was the Loma fight. And, he did his thing in that fight. I believe he ended up, he beat Loma and then end up losing to George Kambosos, who's George Kambosos is a B-level fighter if you're not a follower of boxing. But since that fight against George Kambosos, it's like the star of Teofimo has been, how can I say this? His star has been setting a little bit, and it's really exposed a lot of, things about Teofimo. We don't get into what he said. I'm just trying to give a little bit of a backdrop for people that don't really understand or know who Teofimo Lopez, who he is. I know people that do not know who Teo is that are boxing fans, and it's just because this dude doesn't have any real superstardom, no real marketability about him. He's from Honduras. He's Honduras, so it's like you can't promote him as the next, the great white hope. You can't promote him as even a Latino fighter. He's basically in the same boat as the black fighters, where, a lot of black fighters just come up on their own as far as just slugging it out with the best of the best. And they got to do twice as much work to get the same amount of shine as some of these other fighters. But let's not get into the politics, all right? Teofimo is a funny character because this guy himself is no star, is in no position to be talking down or talking crazy to anybody, but yet he does. And he was asked in a recent interview, who would he rather fight? Gervonta Tank Davis or Terence Bud Crawford? Two prominent boxers, arguably you could say one or two, both are faces of boxing. They're both on the pound for pound list. They both have accomplished 10 times more than what Teofimo has accomplished. I don't know about Tank. I can't say that, confidently in Tank, but definitely Terence Crawford has accomplished 100 times more stuff than Teofimo has. And his recent comments have just really, taken me aback. And what's even more shocking is that I know that Terence Crawford ended up seeing him the other day and slapped him for all of the crazy stuff he was been saying. And I'm not sure if this interview was before or after the slap. But Terence Crawford, I'm gonna give him a pass because I know how he feels. He's addressed Teofimo face to face, and he's even addressed him in interviews. Like kind of in a bypassing way. Just letting people know that Teo ain't nowhere on his level. Anybody that knows boxing knows that. Terence Bud Crawford would piece Teofimo up real quick. Even at 36, 37 years old, he would get rid of Teofimo real quick. It wouldn't even last 6 rounds, in my opinion, but. We're gonna let Terence Bud Crawford off the hook a little bit here because my real concern, my real qualm is with Gervonta Tank Davis. And Tank Davis has a reputation of going at other black fighters and defending non-black fighters even now, to this day. He is still defending Ryan Garcia after Ryan Garcia cheated, after Ryan Garcia came in overweight, came in on PEDs, all kinds, and even beyond that, has said the wildest things about black fighters, black people, and even Muslims. Which all 3 of those boxes, Tank Davis would fall under. You know what I mean? Especially the Muslim box. I believe he changed his name. But nonetheless, let me play this soundbite from this clown Teofimo Lopez, as again he was asked who would he rather fight, Gervonta Tank Davis or Terence Bud Crawford. This was his response.
One of those 2 fights interests you more, Gervonta Davis or Terence Crawford?
Whichever monkey wants to get the banana. They say they're gorillas. I'm a lion. I eat them. Let's go.
All right.
So as you heard it yourself, hold on. Let me run it back. Yeah, because you heard what you heard. You heard what you heard. And in today's political climate, in today's racial climate, hold on, because I ripped the soundbite off somebody's YouTube short. I couldn't watch the entire interview of this, man. I am not a Teofimo Lopez.
Or Terence Crawford.
Whichever monkey wants to get the banana. They say they're gorillas. I'm a lion. I eat them. Let's go.
All right.
Whichever monkey wants to get the banana. Whichever monkey wants to get the banana. That's what he said in response to who would you rather fight, Gervonta Tank Davis or Terence Bud Crawford. In my opinion, both these fighters would wipe the floor with Teofimo Lopez. In my opinion, Teo should be a little bit more respectful to both these fighters. But you can see this man's mental state. You can see where he's coming from. And this is where I've just had... My cup has been overfilled with BS when it comes to boxing because of this kind of stuff. Ryan Garcia cheating and coming in overweight on PEDs, all that kind of stuff was disgusting. But what disgusted me even more is boxing fans defending it, one, and then 2, other boxers defending it as well. Again, Tank Davis to this day is still defending Ryan Garcia, even after everything that has transpired, including Ryan Garcia's year-long suspension that he's serving as we speak. But you can see, Teofimo Lopez, man, cutting from that same cloth of just tomfoolery, a clown, And this is what makes boxing utterly disgusting. Just it's nothing to see in boxing, man. You know what I mean? You would be thoroughly more entertained with UFC, MMA, even wrestling. Where everybody know that WWE wrestling is scripted and it's just all entertainment. Even that is more entertaining than boxing right now. And boxing at one point was the glory of all sports. We people used to actually, I recall in my childhood, for big fights, Mike Tyson versus Evander Holyfield, everything was shut down. That was a special day, So barbecues was grilling, families was gathering together because boxing was that kind of a thing. It was such a monumental event that you plan for it. You got to plan for it. Nobody knew that Canelo and Berlanga just fight that wasn't following boxing on the day-to-day level. You know what I mean? I just know this because I talk to a lot of casual fans, family members, friends who support me. They watch my channel and all that kind of stuff, and they get into sports as far as that goes. But they don't keep up with the day-to-day activity, that comes with boxing. So, a lot of people was asking me like, "Oh man, Canelo fought. Why ain't you talked about it? Because man, ain't nothing to talk about." It was another Canelo Alvarez fight. He cherry picked an opponent, and that he knew that he was going to beat. That we knew he was going to beat. The fight was mid, and then at the end of the day, Canelo got his money, got his win, and snuck out the back door. The business model he's been running for quite some time, and not just him. You know what I mean? It's a lot of these dudes. Tank Davis does it too, and a lot of these dudes, man. It makes boxing so deflating. How we don't get to see the best of the best, but regardless of all of that, Teofimo Lopez is just another sideshow that is tearing boxing down. It's just utterly disgusting to me that he can say stuff like this with a smile on his face, right? You know what I mean? To say stuff like this with a smile on his face, and nobody in the boxing community is calling him out. Nobody's making an uproar about it, and I used to try to be that person. I used to be that person. I've caused a couple ripples in the boxing world, but at the end of the day, I just don't have the energy to keep going at these clowns when there's no net gain at the end of it for me. It's not like I'm gonna get a big fight out of this. It's not like, even if I don't want to see Terence Crawford or Tank Davis fight Teofimo Lopez. Honestly, I know Teo is garbage. He went 12 rounds with a 40-year-old boxer named Steve Claggett that nobody's ever heard of, and Steve Claggett was piecing him up. I think that's the guy's name. I know his last name was Claggett, one of the two. But that old journeyman was piecing T.O. up. You know what I mean? And I really lost a lot of respect for T.O. after the Loma fight. Like, bro, you didn't get it back in blood. You ain't called for a rematch for your title. I mean, excuse me, not the Loma fight. Excuse me, the George Kambosos fight. He's never challenged Kambosos again, and now that ship is far sailed because Devin Haney took George Kambosos straps, but. And I don't think, T.O. would talk a lot of crap, but I don't think he want that smoke with Devin Haney either. But you see where I'm going with this, man. It's just a bunch of clown activity. These dudes act like clowns in between fights. And then when they actually go in there and fight, it's a very underwhelming performance. And then at the end of the day, we're back, and us boxing fans are just as unexcited and I'm trying to think of a word like where we're not even looking forward to the next boxing fight from these dudes. You know what I mean? I don't care who Teofimo fights next. At the end of the day, whether he fought Tank Davis, Terence Crawford, or Joe Schmo off the corner, I don't care. Teo has lost all my respect. Again, lost a lot of my respect with that George Kambosos situation, but now, like, man, get on out of here, bro. You are a thorough clown. Him and Ryan Garcia are in the same boat to me. If I never see these brothers fight again, it would be a good. I would be a happy boxing fan. Let me just say that, because these dudes are clowns, man. And if I do see them fight again, I want somebody to beat them to a pulp, because that's what this kind of, the people that act like this are the type of people that ain't never been G-checked. Like when I say G-checked, I mean a big homie of yours stopped you in your tracks. You like, nah, you acting goofy, fam, and beat you up, or you got jumped because you were talking crazy to the wrong person, or something like that. I just feel like sometimes for some people, G checking is necessary because a lot of these dudes walk around like they can't be harmed, like they can just say whatever they want to say to whoever they want to say it to, and that's just clown behavior to me, man. No respect for the other guys that's in your sport. No respect for yourself. I mean, for people to even use that language and carry themselves that way. I just feel like there's a very little self-respect is there as well, and then they got a gaslight, by disrespecting everybody else. But this should be no shocker as well, because Teofimo Lopez, dad, he's been G-checked. He got jumped in the gym for talking crazy, and I ain't heard nothing really much from him since. So all in all, this is why I've totally just kind of lost my love for boxing, man. And it's only because people have been asking me to cover boxing, cover these things that's going on in the boxing world, that I'm jumping back into the news cycle. But I'm not excited. I'm gonna say this respectfully to my audience. I don't care about boxing. I just don't. Nothing about boxing right now. Maybe with the exception of Devin Haney's return and seeing what he'll do. Maybe that's the only thing that'll get my interest back in boxing. I'm not even a Devin Haney guy. I've been accused of that because I've shunned Ryan Garcia and his behavior, but I'm not even a Devin Haney guy. I just know, recognize real. Devin Haney's the only dude out here putting his best foot forward, trying to really give us the best fights. I'm going to say this as a guy on the come up in his prime still. He's only 25, I believe 26 maybe. He's the only dude that's really active right now, that's giving us the fights that we want to see. So I'll rock with Dev, and I'm a clown the rest of these dudes. I got another video about Tank Davis because he did some despicable stuff today. So y'all look out for that one. On your way out, please like this video, share this video, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel as well. If you have not already, please subscribe to the channel as I drop content daily, go live daily. Stay busy on the platform. And last but not least, please leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section, as I'm always interested to know what y'all got to say about these topics. I am Tony the Savant. Peace.